Welcome to Mission Prep Football on PSNtv. It is the pregame show. I'm Brian Stanley. To my right, my partner in crime, Stephen Hodges. To on my left, the camera operator, as always, the extraordinaire Thomas Bowden. We are ready for an extraordinary matchup tonight here from Alex G. Spano Stadium, Mustang Memorial Field. The Modena Vanguards coming to town to battle your Mission Prep Royals in non-conference intersectional matchup. And this matchup is a big one for the Royals. The Vanguards come in at 4-0 out of the Delta League, out of Orange County, from the city of Orange. And here come your Mission Prep Royals onto the field. And the Vanguards, the Vanguards are coached by Matt Mitchell in his 9th season, a 67-29 record, and they play in the Southern Section Division 5. And El Modena comes with quite a history here. League championships, 91, 92, 2000, 2001, 2002, 15, 16, 17, 22, and 23. And CIS section championships, and those are hard to come by when you can pick them up. And they have wins in 78, 83, 84, and 2017. The Vanguards come in with a tremendous yardage on the field this season, 1,172 yards passing, 1,009 yards rushing, a total of 2,181 yards on the field for this squad. They average 46.7 points a game, 187 points on the scored this season, while allowing 120, only giving up 30 points a game. Their 4 wins this season, and I'll have Steven talk about this in just moments, are wins over the Thousand Oaks Lancers, Colony Titans, the Newport Harbor Sailors, and the Segerstrom Jaguars. We'll be right back.
At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we understand that every milestone in life brings new dreams and opportunities.
From the excitement of your first car
to the joy of watching your family grow, with the space and safety to keep your loved ones close and secure, to finding the balance in your busy life with a smoother, greener commute. And with America's best warranty and exceptional service, we ensure your Hyundai is always ready for the road ahead. At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we're honored to be a part of your journey.
Come find the Hyundai that fits your life story.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause again for Andy Tracy.
And the national anthem out of the way, we can continue talking about the Vanguards. The Vanguards have a very unique season, Stephen. playing 7 games on a Thursday this season, already having played a couple on the season already, and opened the season playing against the Thousand Oaks Lancers, a team they lost to in the first round of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs, losing 41-34 in the playoffs, and then beating them in the season opener 41-34 in overtime. We've talked a lot about our Royals this week, but let's talk about these Lancers.
I mean, this is going to be
these Vanguards.
This is going to be a tough matchup for Mission Prep. You compare these two teams across the board. You're talking about a more rural team with a lower population playing against a team that's from a highly populated area. Orange County doesn't get much more densely populated than that. That plays some of the top teams in California. Newport Harbor's no laughing matter. They won that game handily, 55-35. You look at who's in that Delta League with them. This is their first year in the Delta League. All of them have at least a 500 record or better. You're looking at teams in Tustin, Trabuco Hills, Capistrano Valley, Cypress, Western. This is going to be a big game for Modena. This is a tune-up game before they get into the meat of an extremely hard league schedule for their high school. So Mission Prep's got to come out of the gates hard, because Modena is not going to have a lot of soft spots. There's not going to be a lot of room for error against this Vanguard team.
And the Vanguards coming out on the field, their captains, and I already see a discrepancy in our roster, Stephen, at least in mine. I don't have a number 31 on my roster for the Vanguards.
There's not a 31 on the field. So
I thought I saw
36.
36. I thought 51 is what I saw.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I almost panicked here, and we're moving on as the captains are on the field, and the Royals captains are being joined tonight by Ethan Orozco, who's out with injury, suffering a season-ending injury yesterday in practice, and will unable to compete the rest of the year for the Royals. Joined at center field with his captain teammates. And that's going to be Armin Clayton and Champ Morrissey, along with Mason Taylor out there joining them. And for the El Modena Vanguards, Jesse Leslie, Shane Leslie, Dylan Leslie, and Isaac Osborne are your captains tonight. And we got 3 Leslies on the field, Stephen.
Oh, this is going to be one of those games I think the coin flip could be consequential. And if Mission's going to have a chance in this game, they're going to want to have the ball to start the second half. They're not going to get that opportunity. It looks like El Modena has deferred their choice, so it means Mission Prep should start with the ball here. And that's going to make things a little more complicated, because El Modena is a team that can move the ball well. You talked about their ability to, attack on offense. Mission needs to find a way to come out and score here early to really have a chance in this one, as the Vanguards are joined by the rest of the team. The captain's out on the field with the sideline filling out here.
And correction, the 4th captain was Jaden Nozil, wearing number 2, not number 3. And again, joined by Ethan Orozco, who's out for the rest of the season. But we do have good news on the injury front, Stephen. Santos Velasco is coming back. He is in rehab right now. His knee is doing better. It's not a season-ending injury. He will be back in the lineup later this season. The time frame not determined specifically, but there is time for him to return this season before playoffs.
And that's fantastic news. Anytime you deal with a knee injury, especially at the high school level, it's so easy to lose multiple weeks. And with how short the football season is, every week matters. It'll be great to have him back in this lineup.
And we know that Ethan out for the season, but I would say one of the highlights of his shortened senior season was that he got to play alongside his little brother, his freshman little brother, Seth Orozco, who was called up to play last week and the week before with the Royals.
It's not much of a, makeup. It's not much help But that was a wonderful game to have. If you're going to have one game this year, who knows what the rest of the road brings us. But, you know, that St. Inez game was a very fun one to watch. I'm sure it's fun to play in as well.
And the Royals back to receive this opening kickoff as we're back to, we're getting ready to get underway. And Steven, we have about 1:30 to go. What are the keys to victory for the Royals tonight?
Mission Prep's got to make the most of every possession. They've got to score on at least 40% of their drives. And on the other side of the ball, they've got to keep that pressure up. We've seen the pressure that this D-line can bring as a unit. The question is going to be, are they going to be able to do that against an El Modena team that is extremely disciplined up front and is extremely big? I mean, you compare the size between these two schools in number and in uniform. I mean, it's going to be a big ask. It's going to come down to that discipline, the ability to push through and make these big plays happen.
And the clock has hit 12. The first quarter is about to get underway. And the boot is away. This one is a deep ball and caught by Nozil at the 3-yard line to the 15, cuts at the 20 to the 25, and he's pulled down at the 26-yard line. A decent return for Nozil to set up the Royals past the 20-yard line.
Well, Mission Prep starting with the ball here. If you're not familiar with the Mission Prep mentality, it's going to be a run-heavy game. And Miles Thompson has been the lead back out of the backfield along with Ronnie Kardashian. They've run kind of different kits and different stables in that backfield. So as those change up, they'll change their look along with it a little bit. Mission Prep, old school football is kind of what you're seeing in that Navy uniform standing across from the beautiful white uniforms of El Modena.
El Modena wearing their road whites, cardinal and gold trim numbers and letters. Royals wearing their home gold pants, navy jerseys. And we're about to get underway. Shotgun snap for Thomas Glenn and a jump at the line. No flag. Glenn rolls out to his left, fires over the middle. Intended target was Maverick Bright. Incomplete pass.
Coach Schuster having a word with the referees about that one. There was a neutral zone infraction. Defensive players entered the neutral zone and backed up. That's legal in college and high school. As soon as that happens, it's a flag for offsides and a 5-yard penalty. So that's what he's having a little discussion about. I think the referee's going to say maybe the defender didn't fully enter, or hey, maybe you're right and I should have thrown that flag. We'll get it next time.
But next time's not going to cut it against a team like El Modena. You need every inch you can get on this field tonight. 11:50 on the clock, 2nd and 10 for the Royals. Ball spot at the 26-yard line. Our quarterback, Thomas Glenn, fakes the handoff, fires deep to the right side. Mason Taylor reaches out, and just beyond the fingertips of Mason Taylor at the 40-yard line of the Vanguards. 3rd and 10 for the Royals, 11:44, first quarter.
Well, the Vanguards are daring Mission Prep to throw the ball here. They're loading up the box. If you look across the line, they've got 5 people lined up, 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up linebackers, and then additional linebackers behind that. Looks like 3 or 4 guys hanging out in the box along with those down linemen. So this is a loaded box. Mission Prep has got to be able to throw on this.
Plenty of people in the box. Throws down the line to Mason Taylor, and it comes out of Mason Taylor's hands as he falls to the turf. Incomplete pass, 4th and 10 for the Royals. And here comes the punt unit. 11:41 on the clock. And that's not how you want your first drive to start, Steven.
Yeah, well, 1 for 3 with maybe a yard of movement there in the passing game. It's a bit surprising to see Mission Prep not even give the run a chance early in this one.
Samuel Jacket back to return for the Vanguards. And this one's going to bounce. And everybody clears out, and the Royals swarm to down it at the 36. A solid punt for Glenn into Vanguard's territory. And Elmo, I like their nickname, Elmo starts off with the ball at their own 36-yard line. El Modena out of the city of Orange.
Well, Xavier Guest, the quarterback for this team, he's got an incredible completion percentage for a high school level, 63%, 62 for 98 to be specific, over 1,000 yards already early in the year.
After a 3 and out for the Royals offense, El Modena takes control. A low snap, hands off to the back, and Hitchens takes off with it, and Brody Hitchens gains 7 yards.
And you might be saying, hey, that's a big game, but for him, it's actually below average. He averages 8.3 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns on the year in 4 games. That's a pretty good clip.
Read option and keeps it himself. And Guess makes the guesswork look easy. Moving up to their own 49-yard line, 1 yard to midfield. 10:56 in the first quarter. And the sticks are moving. And the ball keep moving here. They're Xavier Guess running this offense. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Man in motion. Anakel, and the handoff once again taken down at the past the line of scrimmage. Sean Revis with a tackle on Brody Hitchens.
He's just doing a good job reading the guards in front of him. A good fold on the left side of the line, left a big crease in the defense. And, you know, Revis was there to make the tackle, but it was far too late. So a large gain of yards as Revis, the only defender, able to make the tackle.
Guess steps back, throws over the middle, behind the back of the intended target, Connor Smith. Incomplete pass. A 3rd and 3 for the Vanguards. Ball spotted at the Royals 44-yard line. And the Royals with 6 in the box. Trips to the right for Guess, single receiver to the left, and throws out to his left. That pass complete to Smith, and Smith with 1 man to beat, and taken down by Jaden Nozil at the 21-yard line. A big gain for the first down, and into the red zone, El Modena.
And tunnel screen's a great way to flip aggression on its head. There, the defense chased after the quarterback. They're all after Guess. That led the lineman all the way up into the secondary. Easy play.
Guess fires this one to the left. Smith with the catch, breaks 1 tackle and is down inside the 5 by Champ Morrissey. And a 1st and goal for El Modena. Elmo smelling pay dirt here, wanting that touchdown. And the throw into the end zone, pass complete to Connor Smith. 9:22 on the board, and El Modena puts up their first score.
And that is the exact sort of play that you can see from this team that makes them so dangerous. Xavier Guess able to use his legs as well as find his primary receiver. And that's Connor Smith the entire drive. I believe he had 4 catches on that drive. Averages 6 per game, so well ahead of that clip. And he's just able to pick apart this defense. A very hard team to defend. And they show why on that first drive as PHE is up and good.
The extra point, good. El Modena takes a 7-0 lead early in the first quarter. Mission Prep football continues on PSN TV, driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we understand that every milestone in life brings new dreams and opportunities.
From the excitement of your first car
To the joy of watching your family grow, with the space and safety to keep your loved ones close and secure, to finding the balance in your busy life with a smoother, greener commute. And with America's best warranty and exceptional service, we ensure your Hyundai is always ready for the road ahead. At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we're honored to be a part of your journey.
Come find the Hyundai that fits your life story.
.238 gone here in the first quarter, and El Modena leads Mission Prep 7-0 on a 3-yard touchdown pass from Guess to Smith on a drive that started back at their own 34-yard line. And the boot is away into the hands of Nozil at the 4-yard line. Nozil to the 15, to the 20, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet. Nozil with some yardage in front of him and taken out before he can get to the 50-yard line. Pulled down by Alex Leonard. Or excuse me, Leonard. Alex Leonard. Trying to be fancy with these names tonight. I wanted to put the O at the end of that, but it's not.
And Nozil showing off that speed that he's so well known for in these parts. gets to the outside and forces some defenders to miss, not because he's doing anything fancy, not cutting side to side, just hitting that speed flat out, just redlining through his own territory. That sets up Mission with a great position here at midfield.
A 44-yard return for Jaden Nozil, 9:12 on the clock. Mission Prep with their second possession of the night. Working from the shotgun with a fullback, Champ Morrissey. And they're going with the run game here and pushing forward, getting to the 50-yard line is Miles Thompson. And Thompson gaining 3 yards. They're giving him to the 49 of El Modena, who leads 7-0 in this first quarter.
You know, this is really Mission's identity. You know, they like running the ball, like having that smash mouth football. And they may be looking across the line saying, hey, we're outsized a little bit. You can't let the other team dictate what you're going to do. If you've got an identity, show it.
And the Royals step to the line, single receiver on each side. And Glenn's going to keep this one, chased down by the defense, and throws it out of bounds to escape the pressure that was coming by way of Lincoln Irwin. And it brings up a 3rd and 7 for Mission Prep at El Modena's 49-yard line. 8:30 on the clock in the first frame.
They're trying to get to the outside because that's what El Modena is giving up. The shell is very thin, so if they're able to complete one of these passes, it's going to be for a huge gain. But in the meantime, you know, right now Thomas Glenn 1 for 4 for a single yard.
Maintaining that shotgun snap, Glenn decides to keep it himself straight away. And Glenn's got enough for the first down, and as he sits down to avoid the hit, getting some assistance from Logan Honeckle.
Well, we talked about the screen as a way to avoid aggression. Here we see the other common way that offenses like to get rid of aggression. They knew as a passing down, so they fake the pass and then keep it. Just a simple draw play, letting the linemen do their job, and then Glenn reads the blocks off that and got a huge gain.
39-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:58 on the clock. And Miles Thompson being swarmed by the defense and leading the charge, Lincoln Irwin. And a 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11.
Just nowhere to go there for Miles Thompson. The D-line for El Modena doing their job, winning the battle in the trench, and then finding the ball carrier. They didn't over-pursue, didn't do anything, just well-disciplined. You know, it's rare that you just see that wall of defenders the way we just saw it.
And the student section cheering the Royals on. 7:15 on the clock, the snap. The handoff to fake to Thompson. And Thomas Glenn pulled down in the backfield for a big loss. And making the stop for El Modena, Captain Isaac Osborne.
Well, it is a well-run speed option play. Glenn just hesitated for a second. You can see the difference. It wasn't even a full second, just a little bit. And the defense was in the backfield. And, you know, he made the right call with the keep. Just no room to go with that little bit of hesitation afterwards.
6:38, the clock running here in the first quarter. 3rd and 15 for the Royals. 45-yard line of El Modena. Awaiting the shotgun snap. And a throw into the backfield. Champ Morrissey with the ball, pushing forward. And Champ Morrissey gets past the original line of scrimmage to the 37-yard line. A nice pickup for Morrissey of 7 yards.
Well,
Bringing up a 4th down.
37's a tough place to punt from, but you know, this might be the right decision given the circumstances. The last time that El Modena had the ball, they marched down fairly well. I'd make sure, as there's a little discussion going on with the referee, they just got to make sure they pin inside the 10 here.
And the punt from Thomas Glenn, a high punt, dropping at the 10, bouncing back, and the Royals stopping it at the 17 before it bounces any further in favor of El Modena, who takes possession with 5:37 remaining. And Hyundai of San Luis Obispo works hard to make sure your car buying experience is easy and enjoyable with one of the area's best selection of new and used vehicles. Stop by their showroom, 1407 Auto Parkway, to see why Hyundai San Luis Obispo is your trusted dealership on the Central Coast. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, 5:37 in the first quarter. El Modena with the ball, leading by 7. Pass over the middle, complete from Guess to Jeremy Russell. And Xavier Guess with a clean pass, 2nd and short for El Modena. And a fun fact, a Modena in Italy is a big fancy pigeon that is plumped up and fed a lot of food to look fancy and fat. I learned that from Follow the Rust today. And the run off to the races. Xavier Guest keeping himself, nobody to stop him. And that is a touchdown for El Modena.
Well, in Italy, Modena is actually a city. I believe you're thinking of Spain, and that is one fancy pigeon walk into the end zone. You can see that speed that Guess has, able to pull the ball down and scamper to the end zone. And Modena, actually, the city in Italy, what the neighborhood of El Modena in orange is actually named after their partner cities.
And the extra point up and good for Ethan Sorensen. And a 14-0 lead for El Modena here in the first frame as Mission Prep falls behind early to the team from the city of Orange.
Well, Modena, Italy, known for its vinegar, and I can tell you, if you're a Mission Prep fan, you might be a little bit vinegary after that last couple drives. The defense not looking all together. It's going to be a tough game all night tonight, so it's going to be a drive-by-drive deal, and that's something that Mission's very aware of. I believe you talked to Coach Schuster on the coaches show about that. It's not about, the overall score at the end of the game. It's going to be how they respond with their attitude, how they keep up, and how they talk to one another, and hopefully don't talk to the other team.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole theme this week with Coach Schuster is maintaining your composure and not letting that other team, their actions, their chirping, their play on the field, the way they celebrate, let that get to you. Just stay in your own head, play your own game, and sooner or later the way you play will affect the other team.
And, games like this, that's not going to make a huge difference, but absolutely will come league play.
But it starts now.
Absolutely. You set those habits right now.
And the kickoff from Sorensen to the right side this time, or the left side, depending on how you're looking at the field. And taken down just beyond the 30. And a big return to the 33 for the Royals. 4:48 on the clock. The Royals have plenty of field to work with, but El Modena has been doing a good job of keeping the field short.
It's a matter that wherever Mission's expected to be, if El Modena is able to sense that out and suss it out, they're able to defend it. So Mission's trying to be a little bit unpredictable. It's just they haven't been able to execute on the unpredictable plays.
And the chants are starting in the chat. Elmo. Thomas Glenn sets the offense, hands off to Miles Thompson, who drops the shoulder pads and delivers some hits and pushes forward to the 39-yard line, and a 7-yard gain for the sophomore.
A big gain there for Miles Thompson, and just following those blocks. When those blocks have been successful, the lanes have been wide open for Miles Thompson. So he's got to have the faith that it's going to be there, and then the O-line's got to deliver on that faith. And that's the beauty of a team sport. You just have to believe that everyone else is going to do their job. And if it works out, everyone looks good.
Officially a 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. 4:07 on the clock. The clock running, ball spotted at the 39. The handoff yet again and pulled down for a loss on this one, or they're going to give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. Ronnie Kardashian with the carry, and we're under 4 minutes to go in the first frame.
Mason Romo with another tackle for loss tonight. He's a beast up front. Very hard to stop. That's why he's averaging over a tackle for loss per game through the first half of this season. That's going to continue as he's already got a couple here.
Roll step to the line. And the fake the handoff. Thomas Glenn with the pressure closing in, able to get the pass off. The intended target was Deuce Kellogg, and that could have ended up in a complete disaster of loss of yardage, but the awareness of the quarterback to get the ball off.
Yeah, he's able to get the ball out of his hands, which is the important thing there. That was close to a devastating sack. And, luckily also able to get the ball where, none of the defenders ended up with their hands on it. You don't want to scramble, pitch it away, and then it's an interception going the other way. Now you got to work double hard to stop the interception from being in the end zone.
And the third punt of the night for the Royals. And a fair catch called for, not bouncing in favor of the Royals. And picked up by Carter Moreau. And the bounce at the 40-yard line gives a 60-yard field for the El Modena Vanguards. And we've already seen tonight that whether there's a short field or a long field, it don't really matter for the Vanguards at this point.
Well, the Vanguard historically was the part of the Army that went out ahead of the rest of the Army. The front line, the very front line, having the most dangerous job. And here we've seen the Vanguards out ahead early on, being physical and getting the job done. El Modena came to play here today, just as you'd expect a Vanguard to.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line, 3:13 on the clock. El Modena leading 14-0. The pitch to the outside on the right, and Connor Smith with the carry, and Kardashian with the stop. A short gain for Smith.
Perfectly executed. The read on that option was the end. The end came in to stop the dive. That puts a lot of pressure on the next force player, which was Ronnie Kardashian. He had to make that tackle, and he stepped up and delivered.
And looking to throw this one is Xavier, and Xavier gets taken down. Xavier Guess was outguessed on that one.
And it's Xavier Guest taken down by Xavier Wiseman on the other side. There's going to be a penalty on this. Might be declined, though, if it's a hold. It's a hold against El Modena. Will be marked off, though. So
from the spot of the foul, which is in the backfield.
No, they will decline it.
Okay.
It would be from the line of scrimmage originally. So it's either going to be 2nd and 20, or instead 3rd and, 17? I'd take the down there, too. That's a smart call.
That is a smart call. I love the PA announcer rounding up to 20. It's not quite 20. It is a 3rd and 18, putting the El Modena Vanguards in a pinch here for the first time in this contest. Mission Prep Royals defense stepping up tight, clamping down at the line of scrimmage. And here comes the pressure, deep pass. And that pass comes incomplete. An intended target. I didn't catch. Who was the intended target? I missed that one. I'm sorry. It's number
intended
3.
Target was the big play
Connor
target,
Smith, yes.
Connor Smith there on the far side. Connor Smith expertly defended by Ronnie Kardashian down the outside.
Thank you.
Ronnie Kardashian just keeping his lane and covering him the whole way down. El Modena wanted a flag there, but I think that is a well-played ball. No need for a flag, and it's going to force the first punt of the night for El Modena.
And El Modena sends this one packing. Oh, and the punt dropped by Noziel at the 25-yard line. And he's going to get bound up at the 26, and that's where they're going to stop him. Forgive me for having a moment of unclarity there on that last pass.
Well, you weren't the only one. I think Jaden Oziel got just a little too excited. We've seen his big play capabilities on special teams, just not a couple moments ago where he had that kickoff return earlier this quarter. There, I think he just got a little too excited. He knew he had the capability to make a big play. He had space around him, got his feet moving before his hands had complete control of the ball. As a result, had to go back and pick it back up.
And Mission Prep with the possession. Their 4th of the night. And Kardashian with the handoff. Turns the corner. One man to beat. That's number 22. Can Kardashian outrun him? And Kardashian is tied up with Logan Honacle. And Kardashian gives the Royals some breathing room down in El Modena territory to the 22-yard line. 22 tackled by 22 at the 22.
What a break loose play there by Ronnie Kardashian. Just bounced to the outside and showed not only can he hang with these guys, he can straight up burn them. A huge gash down the numbers for Ronnie Kardashian. Big play Royals.
And the Royals momentum building here. And the handoff on the sweep. Pushing forward is Nozil for a couple yards into the red zone. And Nozil blasting into the 18-yard line. Ball spotted on the right hash.
Nice little touch pass there. A little bit of creativity by the Royals. We haven't seen a lot of that jet sweep here this season, but nice little touch pass on the sweep, and it gets a good gain. I mean, we're seeing a lot of creativity because their normal bread and butter has been hitting a brick wall.
2nd and 6 for the Royals. 1 minute to go in the first. Almost intercepted. Nozil with the catch and gets a block from Deuce Kellogg and diving for the end zone. Touchdown Royals. Jaden Nozil with the touchdown pass from Thomas Glenn with the block from Deuce Kellogg.
I tell you what, is a dangerous throw by Glenn, but it ends up paying off as El Modena went for the interception. They thought they had the home run off that screen, but Jaden Nozil gets the ball in his hands, and no one was there to stop him. Just because of that gamble, that missed interception attempt, that's going to be a touchdown for the Royals. Nozil executed on a great opportunity.
And the extra point up and good for Lincoln Bloom. And Bloom makes this a 7-point game. And the Royals on the board against El Modena early or late here in the first quarter. Still early in the contest, 14-7. And Mission Prep football is presented by California Fresh Market, your headquarters for all your football party needs. Pick up game day appetizers from the famous Hot Wing Bar. California Fresh Market, a proud supporting sponsor of Mission Prep football.
Well, the Vanguards are in all sorts of disregard right now. There's a lot of confusion on the sideline. On the PAT, Arnold Correa tried to sub in, ended up in no man's land. That is almost a penalty. He's able to get off the field in time, but the Vanguard going to hope to make something happen here on this drive because all of a sudden, Mission's shown they can hang. They can make some things happen. There, they just scored a big-time touchdown off of just trying to do too much in the Vanguard side.
And the Royals kicking off for the first time in this contest. 53 seconds in the first quarter. Our score 7-14. Royals down by 7 in this non-conference intersectional matchup. El Modena out of the southern section, and flags on the play at the 40. This is going to be a kickoff infraction.
And it's going to be offside. A little too early on the release there for the Royals, so they're going to back up to college marks there. So Cal Poly's field letting everyone know the proper markings.
So we're going back to the 35. As I crack a cold, refreshing ice cold Diet Cola.
I was about to say, you getting sponsored by someone, but you backed off the last second before that that sponsorship would have kicked in.
I thought about doing a Bob Uecker, and playing a little loose, but I didn't pack the the cold ones, the proper cold ones.
Well, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. But for now, we're playing it straight. 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and here comes the kickoff from Lincoln Bloom. The first of the night delivered by the Royals, following a 18-yard touchdown strike on the pass by Noziel. The return up the near side here, weaving and wobbling, and the tackle by number 61 added to our roster, Joseph Silvera. We had to text Darnell Harris for the information, but he came through for us.
Well, Modena taking over with great field position here. We talked about how the momentum has been swinging back the Royals' way. Modena has a very dangerous offense. Last time out, Ronnie Kardashian did a great job on defense, broke up a long pass attempt, as well as Xavier Wiseman, not Sean Rivas, getting a sack earlier on the drive. So a lot of momentum going both ways right now.
And the slow handoff to Hitchens.
I
And
said his name a second ago. Sean Rivas getting into the backfield for a big tackle there. I thought that was going to be for a loss. They're going to say no gain, but what a play there by Rivas to get into the backfield and make the tackle happen before the play could develop.
2nd and 10 for El Modena. And avoiding the tackle in the backfield is Guess, and Guess is on his feet. Multiple tackles, first touch by Noziel, which caused the wobbly feet.
That is a beautiful play design there. They had the pitch going to the main side and then option to come back to the back side if the pitch didn't develop. Mission covered the pitch well, and then Guess came back to the back side where all the blocks were set up and got a huge gain.
And at the end of the first quarter, Steven, I got to ask you a question. Can I hear your best Elmo impression?
I mean, I was related to an Elmo, so I imagine it sounded pretty much like my normal talking voice.
Oh, okay.
It used to be a very normal name. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, I was thinking Elmo from Sesame Street.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sure the guy that voices him talks about like this.
Yeah.
When he's not doing the voice, Back in the 70s, they smoked all the time,
And I'm.
In fact, it'd probably be done like this.
And
I'm 5 years old.
Jesus.
Hey, kid, you want to learn the alphabet? Come back by this dumpster where my friend lives.
1.
That's the count. That's different.
I know. I'm changing it up here because I'm trying to say something. You just keep making me
Elmo
laugh.
says it's second quarter. We got to play an ad break before we get in trouble. Uh-oh, we missed it.
I got him to do it. Thank you. My life is done.
California Fresh.
California Fresh.
Since that is probably what that ad was going to be. California Fresh Market is your headquarters for football party needs. Pick up game day appetizers from the famous Hot Wing Bar. California Fresh Market, a proud supporter of Mission Prep football. El Modena driving on the 34-yard line, deep into Royals territory.
I'm back. Second quarter action beginning here on PSNtv. Brian Stanley with you. Stephen Hodges pass out to the near side. Complete. Running down the near sideline, big hit delivered by Jaden Noziel to Samuel Jacket, and the flags are out here on the field.
I think Jaden Noziel's understanding of that penalty. That is a late hit out of bounds. It's going to be 15 yards, well, half the distance to the goal, but it's also the type of hit that you lay out and kind of send a message. Make sure that Samuel Jacket knows if you're going to come to my side, I'm going to lay a hit, whether that's extracurricular or otherwise.
And bringing up a 1st and 10 as that receives an automatic first down. And the student and cheer section for the Royals getting involved. Let's go Royals is the chant. Hyundai San Luis Obispo is the driving force behind our broadcast tonight. Check them out for their selection of new and used vehicles. Guess in the backfield. Royals showing blitz, and Hitchens carrying the ball inside the 10 and brought down at the 8-yard line.
Hitchens does a good job bouncing between his steps. When you're able to stick your cleat in the ground and change directions like that, it opens up a lot of opportunity. There he's able to get a handful more yards, just free yardage.
And a flag on the field from the far side and near side.
And they're going to flag Mission for offsides on that one. A little bit of a jump from the defensive line. I thought I saw some movement from the Modena side. Adrian Perez is the one that I think wobbled a little bit, but high school, they'll give you a wobble as long as it's not a jump. And
So
this is going to march them a little closer.
Let me understand this. The Mission Prep Royals jumped just a hair, but El Modena
Mission Prep jumped more than a hair, but
El Modena was standing in the neutral zone for like 3 minutes before they jumped back. So just my prerogative there. Not the right word. And Guess looking to throw this one near side into the end zone. The pass complete and good for the touchdown. Samuel Jacket with the catch. And that catch good for 4 yards.
His first touchdown of the year. A lot of the wide receivers have already had multiple scores. He's been capable. He's averaging over 10 yards a catch. Just had not found pay dirt yet. And there gets his hands up, finds the edge of the boundary, and gets his feet in bounds. Just a well-run play, and a little too late for him. I mean, he's a fantastic player. I'm surprised that's his first touchdown of the year.
And the extra point unit out. This one up and good. And the Royals down by 14 again, 11:04 in the first quarter. Mission Prep football rolls on. We'll be right back.
45% of people put off buying life insurance, according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of illness or a tragic accident. Call me, your local Farmers Insurance agent, Jennifer White, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Jennifer White at 805-548-8530.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Tonight's second quarter presented by Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White, helping San Luis Obispo residents select the best home and auto coverage to protect their property. Give her a call today to get the best rate from a trusted team, 805-548-8530. And we're getting back underway, Steven.
Yeah, it's been Elmo time all time this time tonight. First half has definitely been dominated by El Modena. And at times they feel unstoppable. Mission Prep finding these fits and spurts where not only are they competitive, but they're strong up front and in ways dominant. This is a squib kick up the side.
And it looks like they're doing that to contain Noziel. And Noziel trying to turn the corner, runs through the defender before he's pulled to the turf. And running through Isaac Perez is Noziel before he's taken down by Brody Hitchin. And the Royals start with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 10:57 on the clock, second quarter.
And the return team and Jaden Noziel earning that respect to the squib kick. Last time they had a kickoff return, they got to around midfield, so potentially saved themselves about 20 yards, El Modena, by squibbing that one up the middle of the field.
And Thomas Glenn bringing the call in from the sidelines. The Royals did a great job moving the ball the last possession. This time they're moving right to left. And Glenn looking to throw this one. And that one's too hot for Noziel's hands as it sails high and hits the turf. Incomplete pass, 10:53, 2nd and 10 for the Royals.
You know, there's going to be a lot of fingers pointed out at that one of why that wasn't a complete pass. I think Noziel could have kept his feet on the ground there. The ball was a little bit high, but if he kept his feet on the ground and got his hands away from his chest, I think that would have been a complete ball. I think just anticipated, maybe lost in the lights, is that is higher than, or is lower than he thought it was going to be. He's expecting a much higher ball.
2nd and 10 for the Royals. Noziel in motion. And the handoff faked, and Glenn keeps it himself. And Glenn not going anywhere, picking up a loss on that one, a loss of 2. 3rd and 12 for the Royals, maintaining possession on the left hash mark.
Well, he lost 2, but, you know, I like the fighting spirit that Glenn showed there. It's one of my favorite things about him is he's always looking to make a play happen. He's always looking for that little bit of extra. Anything that he can find that'll add a little sauce to the play, he's going to push to go find it. He's not a guy that, you know, takes failure easily, trying to make everything happen. He cut about 4 different ways before he went out of bounds.
And communicating with the back in the backfield with him. I don't know where else the back would be, but I'm going to figure that out. And that hot pass to Noziel, incomplete at the 40. Standing on the numbers. And the ball slipped through like he had butter on his chest.
Shouldn't put butter on your chest. That seems like a good way to have a breakout and not really a comfortable spot. Either way, when you're a wide receiver, you don't want to let the ball into your chest. If it hits your chest plate, you're way too close. You make the catch with your hands. Any wide receiver coach at any level will tell you you want to go to the ball and catch it there.
Thomas Glenn with the running punt this time. Pulling out to the right just slightly. And the fair catch called for at the 37-yard line. And Samuel Jacket calling for that fair catch. It's going to be 1st and 10 for El Modena at the 10:32 with 10:32 remaining in the second quarter. And the Mountain Air is a family-owned, specialty outdoors retail store located on the central coast of California. Since 1975, the Mountain Air has been helping people of all skill levels enjoy the outdoors. Check them out today in the Marsh Street Plaza. Steven, the Royals only had 1 solid drive on offense. They've only been able to maintain a stop on defense once. What are the Royals going to have to do here?
We'll take a look at that here in just 1 second.
1st and 10 for the El Modena Vanguards, and keeping it himself is Guess. And Guess trying to make the guesswork look easy and running out of bounds, being chased out by Carter Moreau. And that moves the sticks as Guess checks down the line before he finds the open hole.
Just a breakdown on the outside, lost contain by trying to dive, and that's just athleticism. When you've got a guy like Guess running the ball, you got to take those gambles.
And Guess with a pass out to the far side. Connor Smith with the reception. And that's 2nd down and 7 for El Modena. Elmo moving the ball well here into Royals territory, approaching the 10-minute mark in the second quarter. Tonight's second quarter presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. 2nd and 7. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line of Mission Prep. El Modena slowing things down just slightly. And a pass completed to the near side. Deron Taylor with the completion and being bumped out of bounds by Ronnie Kardashian. But that's another El Modena 1st down. And El Modena moves the sticks for the 2nd time here.
And it looks like a misalignment there by the Royals. Somehow El Modena had the numbers advantage on the boundary. There's 3 wide receivers and 2 people covering them. As a result, 2 blocks and a lot of room to run.
And the Royals taking a timeout on the field. We'll join them. El Modena leading Mission Prep 21-7.
Old San Luis Barbecue, a proud supporter of Mission Prep football. With 2 locations in SLO, Old San Luis Barbecue Company is the local spot to enjoy the best barbecue on the Central Coast. Check out their locations on Higuera and Broad, or order delivery with a third-party partner at Old San Luis Barbecue Company, proud supporters of Royals football.
And coming out of the timeout called by Mission Prep, 9:36 remaining. El Modena with a 2-touchdown lead. 21-7 is our score here at Mustang Memorial Field. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me, Stephen Hodges to my right. Our camera operator, Thomas Bowden, in his 5th season. I didn't know we had a redshirt camera operator. And the handoff up the middle and being pulled down by multiple Royals, and leading the charge, Armin Clayton, followed by Deuce Kellogg.
Shane Leslie just bowling ball with that handoff there. Just absolutely a power runner going off the guard there and pushing that pile forward.
2nd and 1 for the Vanguards. And this pass complete to the near side for the first down. Logan Honickel.
The thing that's frustrating for Mission Prep right now is there's no one place that the Vanguards are concentrating their efforts. They've been supplementing their run game with a screen game that's been very effective, and as a result, it's hard to say where you should line up your linebackers. Are you trying to shade to the outside to assist with the screen game, or trying to line up to jam those traditional run blocking areas?
Ball at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal for the Vanguards. And Guess with a throw into the end zone, and that is another Vanguard touchdown, complete to Connor Smith here in the 2nd quarter, and our score 27-7, awaiting the PAT.
Well, I tell you what, the chemistry between Guess and Smith has been unbelievable. They know where each other are going to be without even having that visual connection. In that case, Smith just finding a soft spot in the end zone, getting his hands up, and Guess delivered a beautiful ball to him.
And 28-7, our score, a 3-score lead now for the Royals, having given up 14 unanswered points for the 2nd time in this contest. The Royals have to contain the bleeding at this point, because they do give the ball back to El Modena in the 2nd quarter, and we still got 8 minutes to play here in the first half.
And, you know, Mission's getting the ball back here with 8 minutes left. You know, this is a spot where, like, a traditional Mission Prep drive would look nice. Just eating up some clock, getting the ball down, and ending in the end zone. Now to eat into the lead a little bit and kind of take the wind out of El Modena's sails. But it's a huge ask. As we've been saying, up front, El Modena has been fantastic. They've been winning the battle in the trenches, and the speed on the outside has been unmatched for the large part. That said, Jaden Oziel, Ronnie Kardashian have had moments, but for the large part, El Modena just winning in a lot of different facets of this game. It's been in fits and spurts that Mission's found kind of gullies to find success in.
And El Modena continues to maintain dominance in this ball game, and Ethan Sorensen ready to boot this one away. And another squib kick. They don't want to give Noziel an opportunity to return this one cleanly, and Noziel breaking tackles before he's pulled to the turf. And Ben Astor with the tackle for El Modena. He grabbed Noziel by the waist and hung on for the ride.
Oh, Jaden Oziel really showing an indomitable spirit so far in this game. He's been laying out big hits on defense. On special teams, he's been making big returns. Only real knock against him so far is a couple drop balls that he could have caught and would have kept Mission Prep's drives alive earlier. So overall, you know, he's probably getting at least a B+ so far because of his ability to make these big plays happen. Only touchdown for Mission Prep came off that screen where he's able to, you know, find that easy touchdown run after El Modena dived for the interception.
And the Royals take the snap in the shotgun position, and Miles Thompson blasts forward for a solid pickup of 6 yards.
Huge carry by Miles Thompson, all the way down for a gain of
And just
7 yards.
3.5 yards short of the midfield marker.
Well, Miles Thompson has a very fast first gear. As soon as he gets the ball in his hands, he's launching out of the backfield, and is a good thing because he was met not far from the line of scrimmage, but that momentum carried him an extra probably 4 yards.
And Miles Thompson working that first gear, trying to get to the 50. First down marker sets at the 49 of El Modena. And you say that he has a fantastic first gear. It reminds me of a Tesla, where they're 0 to 60 in like 2.5 seconds.
Are they even geared Teslas? I thought they just had the electric motor, and that's where all the torque came from. I'm not a gearhead. We talked about this last week.
And I'm not an electric head, so I don't know. I like petrol. That's why I work at a gas station. And we have a whistle on the snap. Thomas Glenn handing off to Miles Thompson, and Laundry coming from the far side.
And it looks like there's an illegal player in the neutral zone more than a jump there. So Mission Prep going to get a free first down on third down. Bailed out of that one.
And first down for the Royals. Ball spotted at El Modina's 49. A fresh set of sticks in El Modena territory for Mission Prep. And Thomas going to throw this one. And incomplete. Maverick Bright, the intended target. And in the deep field, Miles Glunz Vinny Orlando could have been in target for that one. Tell us it was too high for Glenn and too short for Orlando. Too high for Maverick and too short for.
Play action was effective there. They got the step that they're looking for, just not able to execute on the space that it granted. Miles Thompson carries it up and is immediately met by Alex Leonard straight up. Alex Leonard had 29 tackles coming into this game. The team leader on defense from that Mike linebacker position fired through the A-gap there and just met Miles Thompson with a head full of steam. And that's going to bring a timeout out for the Royals.
And the Royals taking another timeout here in the second quarter. And we'll be back with you. Mission Prep Football continues on PSN TV.
Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country. Book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn.
Checking some scores from around the nation. My San Jose State Spartans are beating Washington State 10-7 in the first quarter.
I wonder how personal that is, considering San Jose State not invited to the new packed conference that's being proposed right now. Fresno State, Colorado State, Boise State, San Diego State.
Yeah.
And, last time there was conference realignment like this, San Jose State had to wait for their turn to get into the Mountain West, had to wait for the WAC to completely dissolve before they made the jump.
It was only a year.
I mean,
it was only a year.
It's only a year because San Jose State couldn't keep the WAC alive. They won it once and they said, nah, we ain't, this ain't a real conference if San Jose State's winning it. Shut it down.
Wow.
Idaho's so embarrassed they went to FCS. It's in all the headlines.
Well, I got a comment, but we'll come back to it. 3rd and 10 for the Royals. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that is right. Coming out of that timeout, that ball.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is a miracle bounce. And that pass is complete. And coming up with it is Miles Thompson. I believe that went through the hands of Maverick Bright. And Miles Thompson with the completion. And you can say that somebody was looking down on the Royals on that one. 6-14, a fresh set of downs at the 15-yard line.
Well, sometimes you have to make your own luck. Miles Thompson, the beneficiary of that one, a huge bounce in his direction, but ready to make the catch and get upfield. A huge play for Mission Prep.
Way to keep your head on a swivel. 6-14, 1st and 10 for the Royals. Their drive is alive. And the handoff, and Thompson gets it. And Thompson brings it inside the 10. And we're getting close to getting close to pay dirt here for the Royals. The Royals down by 21 in this contest. 5:56 remaining. And the only reason Fresno State went to the Pac-12 is because they were running from San Jose State because they know San Jose State's coming for blood.
Couldn't hear you. I got too many championship rings in my ears.
Yeah, that's all right. They're all fake diamonds anyways. It's Fresno. 5:37 on the clock. Miles Thompson straight ahead inside the 5. The Royals get the first down. It's going to be first and goal for the Royals at the 5-yard line.
Going to be really close to the first down.
Oh,
here,
they're going to
just
say
short.
I thought he got it short of the first down. 3rd and 1 from the 6.
Yeah, we'll see. This is going to be interesting to see if they take this as 4-down territory here. You know, just try something crafty here on 3rd down, understanding that 4th down fairly makeable.
Receiver to near side, Orlando on the near side. Taylor on the far side. Thompson with the handoff. Gets enough for the first down on the dive forward. And it is first and goal for the Royals at the 4-yard line. And a whole fresh set of sticks thanks to Miles Thompson yet again in this drive.
And really, you know, you look, that one bounce really opened up the playbook for Mission Prep because they've got a pep in the step of their lead back. Miles Thompson's been looking great ever since that catch. There hasn't necessarily been that much to work with up front. The O-line's getting a push, but it's not like they've had the last couple weeks.
A low snap, hands off to Thompson, and Thompson pushes forward, able to get the rock from Glenn, and they push forward for about a half yard. 2nd and goal for the Royals.
No, they're pushing right, left, just trying to find that space up front to get into the end zone. They only need to get about a yard of play if they're going to use all 4 here. It started first down on the 4-yard line, so just need a little bit each time. The thing they can't do is risk something or go backwards.
Thompson, the running back. Ball's on the ground. That's not good. And down at the 1-yard line by El Modena.
Well, El Modena recovered. It's going to be at the 1-yard line. El Modena trying to argue that they fell into the end zone, but if they fell into the end zone after grabbing that one, it would have been pretty clearly a safety, so I wouldn't push the point too hard. And as a result, Mission Prep back on their heels, having to defend in a long field, but this is a tough turn of events after a really lucky set of events for them on the last drive.
1st and 10 for El Modena at their own 1-yard line, packed up to their own end zone. 99 yards to work with. They're going to play the long ball here. Fires over the middle. And that pass incomplete, intended for Connor Smith. Jaden Ozil on the chase. And Connor Smith is still on the turf.
I mean, what a play by a beautiful play there. I mean, it should have been far out of his reach, but Connor Smith made a big play and had a chance to catch it. And, man, this is a big injury if Connor Smith's unable to continue in this one.
And Connor Smith still on the turf. We'll take a timeout as he gets looked over by the training staff. Mission Prep football continues on PSN TV.
It's natural to think that insurance is complicated, but as an experienced farmer's agent, I know a thing or two about helping make it easier by explaining your available coverage options. Whether you're looking to insure your small business, home, or motorcycle, I can help walk you through the process step by step. Call the Jennifer White Agency at 805-548-8530 to get a quote and learn more.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
An update from out-of-town scoreboard. Centennial leading St. Joseph at the end of one, 7-0. 2nd and 10 for El Modena at their own 1-yard line. And a handoff to the big back, getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Gabe Amata, as Hitchens went nowhere very fast.
And right now, Michigan's got a number of victory conditions on this. Obviously, getting to the 4th down is a big deal, but if they're able to keep them within 5 yards of the end zone, that'll make punching here very hard.
3rd and 9, and a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Just a hard count there and caught Mission Prep off guard. That's going to give those 5 yards we were just talking about for free. So El Modena not necessarily out of the woods. They still need to get a first down here, but if they fail, it's not nearly as bad as it could be.
Sean Rivas checking in. Armin Clayton going to the bench.
Now the real question, they're using a hard count to try and suss out if there's a blitz coming in. Is Mission Prep actually blitzing here or just simulating pressure?
Mission Prep bringing the blitz. And that pass knocked away. The big pause on it. Sean Rivas. The awareness to back out of the rush as he saw the pass come up. Sean Rivas batting that one away, Steven.
And a really risky play there by Mission Prep. Good job by Sean Rivas executing on the play. Couldn't get to the quarterback. Everyone knew he had to get the ball out of the hands quickly. But Rivas getting that hand up and almost causing an interception. Just a few feet away from that being a quick pick six from the hands of Sean Rivas.
And here comes the punt unit for the 2nd time tonight. And coming out on the field a little late. One of the linemen for that unit.
Yeah, Ray Cardenas making a surprise, fashionably late entrance.
And this punt to Nozil is going to be downed before it gets across the 50 at the 41-yard line of El Modena. Picked up by Alex Leonard.
Well, Bishop Prep forces a 3-and-out and gets the ball back in pretty good position. Last drive, they had that lucky bounce off a couple hands into the hands of Miles Thompson that set up a goal line push that ended up being a fumble on the 1-yard line. So, we keep saying they're getting these, streaks where they're doing real well, putting together things, one after the other. But it seems like it takes a small miracle each time to get that spark going. See if the motor's still got a little gas in it after the last drive. Miles Thompson brings the play into the huddle. Looks like it'll be Ronnie Kardashian as the running back to start this drive.
And Kardashian is that running back. And another bad snap for the Royals. Glenn having to run out of the pocket, throwing to Kardashian. And whistles at midfield.
Isaac Osborne was getting into it with Gabe Almada. And I think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike against one of those two players. And being called back to the sideline for Elmo is going to be Isaac Osborne. Going to have a hold against Mission Prep, so this is going to set them back. Mission Prep's got to be a little bit concerned of how these snaps have been going. Armin Clayton just been delivering them inconsistently up front. 3 bad snaps in a row. One caused a fumble on the last drive. This one, good little scramble play, ends up as an incomplete pass, but that's the beginning of every play. You got to get that snap delivered and delivered with confidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's forget about that holding and look at item number 18, 49ers versus the Cardinals. A VIP package
Okay.
promotion. Make sure you get
We don't want to forget about that hold. Quit distracting us, PA announcer. We don't care about puppy love. Ball spotted at the Royals' 49-yard line. Push back 10 yards following the hold. 1st and 20. And that pass complete to Nozil. And Nozil dragging his defender across the 35. trying to get as many yards as possible.
I mean, Jaden Oziel has been doing everything asked of him here today. When he gets that ball in his hands, trucking people, making people miss, speeding past them. You're dragging for the extra yardage, making it 2nd and 4 when really he had no business being anywhere close to that.
And they mark it officially 2nd and 3. We'll go with 2nd and 4. We like that better. Glenn throws this one to Kardashian. Pivots, gets the first down, pushes forward to the 20, past the 25. And now down at the 23-yard line. And the Royals inching closer to the red zone yet again. 1:30 on the clock. We're in the second quarter. Second quarter presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. Single back in the backfield. And that pass to Mason Taylor broken up. 2nd and 10 for Mission Prep.
Honekill on the coverage there. He's swinging for the fences too. I can feel it with this defense. They really want this interception. They're absolute ball hawks back there. That aggression's cost them 1 score here today. But yeah, I have a feeling that it might end up going back their direction later in this game if they keep this up. Every chance that ball has been floated out there, someone is screaming at it, trying to pull it down.
And the handoff to Carter Moreau. And Moreau out to the right side, coming close to the first down. And moving the sticks he does as he gains just 10 yards. With 1:03 on the clock. The clock will run once the chains are set.
Now Carter Moreau, not one of the normal running backs in that set. He gets some attention here and there, sometimes out of running back, sometimes out of wide receiver. But you can see there, he's got the full toolkit to move the ball as a running back.
The pass to Ronnie Kardashian, too hot. And Kardashian not able to pull that one in. Ball stopped with 45 seconds, 2:10. Sorry, 2nd and 10 on the board for the Royals.
Well, maybe for the best. It gives Mission Prep a chance to recalibrate where they're at and not have the clock run through this. As a quick screen play, Mission only has 1 timeout.
And Glenn pulled down in the backfield for a loss. And that's going to bring out the timeout for Mission, not when they wanted to do that. And the Royals' final timeout. We'll be right back. Royals trailing 28-7 here late in the first half.
Hi, this is John Villa with Villa Automotive.
Someday,
and that's my son Tom singing. You can feel a glow when it comes to the way your car looks when you bring it to Villa Auto Body.
I will feel a glow just thinking of you.
From minor dings to major collision repair, we can give your car a like-new showroom look. We can straighten and repair any frame type using ultrasound technology. Our refinish department features paints that exceed factory specifications, and they are applied in our state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly spray booth. Plus, we work hand-in-hand with your insurance company so your claim goes smoothly.
Just the way
Love the way your car looks. Bring it to Villa Auto Body and Collision Repair and let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
So apparently there's a puppy for sale somewhere here at Mission College Prep, and it's going for millions of dollars. It's a fundraiser attempt. And this is a deep pass to the left side. Deuce Kellogg coming up with it. Touchdown Royals with 29 seconds left. Deuce Kellogg comes up with the grab.
Talk about going up and finding the ball. Deuce Kellogg had to catch the elevator, find that one. used every bit of his vert to get his hands up and pull that one in for a touchdown for the Royals. A great play, finding that in the lights and preventing it, not just from not ending up as a touchdown, but preventing an interception as well, as he had to pull that away from a defender.
And Deuce Kellogg giving the Royals 6. And Lincoln Bloom making it another one, giving him 7 total. The lead cut to 14. 28-14 is our score here at Mustang Memorial Stadium with 29 seconds left in the first half. And that touchdown presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. Every touchdown, every trip to the pay dirt is presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. Give her a call, 805-548-8530 for the best coverage from a trusted team.
Well, Mission Prep showing that they can hang with a team like this. As this game continues, they're more and more fitting into their classical identity and playing the type of game they want to play rather than reacting to what El Modena is doing. Only a 2-score game headed towards the half. In the first quarter, it felt like that was not going to be the case. After El Modena got a huge lead early, scoring on their first 2 drives with ease, Mission Prep showing this is going to be a little bit more of a dogfight than maybe the Vanguards expected.
28-14, the Royals getting ready to boot this one off.
Running into the kicker on the PAT being enforced on the kickoff, so they'll be kicking off from the 45 as opposed to the standard 40.
So we've seen kickoffs from the 35, the 40, and the 45 tonight. And the Royals get an opportunity to boot this one deep.
El Modena has shown that they can score quickly, so they might just kneel this one out. I could also see them trying to score with the limited time left.
And that's a shot picked up at the 3-yard line. And trying to evade the pressure, taken down at the 30 on the return. Brock Gergert with a solid return. Correction, Cooper Nagelia.
Now Mission Prep going full prevent defense here, sending 3 safeties deep. It looks like going to have man coverage with some defensive backs ahead of that. So expect just a 3-man rush. Everyone else covering either a large area of the field deep or one-on-one with a man across.
And those 3 deep safeties are Vinny Orlando, Thomas Glenn, and Mason Taylor. Only a 3-man line for the defense. And that pass complete and quickly taken down as a pass completed to Logan Honacol. And that's an 11 techno ball prevent defense.
Chains were not set there. They're about to.
Well, we have a whistle on the play.
They're going to throw a flag here.
False start on the offense.
Yep. Procedural penalty. I'm not sure if it was a false start. I think it was starting the play before they're ready to play a whistle. But El Modena is going to want some time back if that's the case. They're going to let the clock run off after that. They're having a discussion about the clock. It should have either stopped for the chains to move, or it should have just kept running so they could get off the field. And kind of did both.
And at the half, our score 28-14. And we had a special request to display the activities of the cheerleaders tonight. So we're going to go ahead and as they prepare to come on field, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Our score here at Mustang Memorial Field, El Modena Vanguards 28, Mission Prep Royals 14.
At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we understand that every milestone in life brings new dreams and opportunities.
From the excitement of your first car
To the joy of watching your family grow, with the space and safety to keep your loved ones close and secure, to finding the balance in your busy life with a smoother, greener commute. And with America's best warranty and exceptional service, we ensure your Hyundai is always ready for the road ahead. At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we're honored to be a part of your journey.
Come find the Hyundai that fits your life story.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
45% of people put off buying life insurance, according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of illness or a tragic accident. Call me, your local Farmers Insurance agent, Jennifer White, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Jennifer White at 805-548-8530.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Sunday Car Wash is a proud partner of Mission College Prep Football with 4 locations on the Central Coast. Find out why they were voted the best car wash in SLO. They offer an unlimited membership for as low as $19.99 a month. That includes perks like free beverages, towels, and air fresheners with every visit. Sign up in person or online and get 50% off your first month. That's Sunday Car Wash, a proud sponsor of the Royals.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Welcome to the Mission Prep Halftime Show presented by California Fresh Market. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me tonight, to my right, is Stephen Hodges for this halftime report. And we're going to switch things up just a little bit because I see you have them ready to go. Let's go to the out-of-town scoreboard, Stephen, and let's get some updates from local teams playing from locally and out of the area.
Yeah, an exciting week of sports, some games with intrigue, some games that are traditional rivalries being played early. Let's take a look around the Central Coast, starting with probably the highlight of the week, Rigetti at Arroyo Grande. Almost said Mission Prep twice there. Rigetti currently trails Arroyo Grande 13-21. They're starting play in the third quarter. If that holds up, it'll be Rigetti's first loss of the year. Rigetti, of course, in the Sunset League, if they're able to upset Arroyo Grande, it'd be a Sunset over Mountain League upset. Be huge news. So either way, something exciting is going to happen at the conclusion of that game. Currently AG up. Santa Barbara trails San Marcos early in the game. Still in the first quarter of play there. San Marcos 7, Santa Barbara 6. Another potential big upset. Looking around the Central Coast, we have San Luis Obispo at Morro Bay. Battle of San Luis Unified. San Luis Obispo leading that one 13-7, a little closer than some might suspect. That game at halftime as well. Bishop Diego's at Etiwanda in the southern section. That game currently being led by Etiwanda at halftime, 21-14. Paso Robles to Atascadero. We talked about traditional rivalries being played early. This is another one of them. Paso up 12-7. They trailed 7-6 earlier this evening. So a comeback in process for the Bearcats. Not normally how that one would go down. However, Atascadero has pulled the upset off a few times in recent history. The most lopsided affair on the Central Coast currently is Templeton, who's hosting West Bakersfield. That one 38-0 in favor of the Eagles. A lopsided game to be certain, as that one is headed to halftime here shortly. That's our current out-of-town scoreboard.
And tonight we're looking at a 28-14 score here from Alex G. Spano Stadium, Mustang Memorial Field. The El Modena Vanguards leading your Mission Prep Royals by 2 scores. And what a night Xavier Guest has had with touchdowns to Smith, Jackal, and Smith, plus one on the ground for himself. That was a 78-yarder. Total of 4 scores for the El Modena Vanguards. On the other side of the ball, our quarterback, Thomas Glenn, now has 6 passing touchdowns this season, connecting with Jaden Noziel to give the Royals their first touchdown with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. And then the Royals connected with Thomas Glenn to Deuce Kellogg with 29 seconds remaining in the second quarter for their second touchdown. And Deuce Kellogg collecting his first reception touchdown of the season. Noziel collecting his second reception touchdown of the season so far. We're midway through halftime. This is the halftime report presented by California Fresh Market. California Fresh Market offers the ultimate variety of USDA prime and premium beef. Their meat and seafood department selection is unmatched. California Fresh Market, a proud presenting sponsor of Royals football. Stephen, we've seen what we expected to see from El Modena, a dominant team, a team that's 4-0 come in and do what a 4-0 team does. What are the Royals going to have to do to slow down this El Modena team and to contain Xavier Guest?
I mean, it's all about fundamentals. Breaking down before the tackle, running your hands, and then feet through the tackle when it's coming down to slowing down Xavier Guess. On defense, they know what to do. We've seen it in fits and spurts, as I've said all through the night. You know, Jaden Oziel, Ronnie Kardashian have had moments where they are appearing to be outmatched, but holding their own against a great wide receiver core of El Medina. So they know what they need to do. It's just a matter of consistency. They can't take plays off. They need to find that, second gas tank, that second wind here in the second half, and really just be the more disciplined, fundamental team in the second half if they want to try and make this upset happen. You talk about a 14-point game, and it didn't even feel like that was going to be possible at the beginning of this game. Nevertheless, before this game kicked off, this is going to be a tight one. And if Mission Prep's going to come out on the other side victorious and pull off a very substantial upset, it's going to be about, being able to replicate success and do what their coach do, low pad level, trying to find that A choice and make it work rather than immediately jumping around and making the big play happen. I mean, when Mission Preps tried to do that, that's where things have fallen apart. And, you talk about fundamentals, making sure they get a good snap at the line of scrimmage, just all those little things, the step-by-step. You got to go A, B, C. You can't just jump straight to Z.
Well, I think one thing we can anticipate from these Royals coming out of the locker room at the break is the adjustments that the coaching staff are going to bring. We're going to see those adjustments, and the Royals typically adjust well to the halftime adjustments. We saw that last week against San Ynez, a tight ball game. And then they take away in the second half. They take control in the second half and run away with it.
I mean, a lot of that comes down to how Mission Prep plays the ball. They play very physically. They run that old school offense where you're grinding down your opponent. El Medina's got the numbers game, and typically you'd say, well, the team with the better numbers, and people get tired, they take breaks, and no. Mission Prep, despite not having the number advantage, I expect to have that second gear a little bit better than El Modena. El Modena is going to be about discipline. They've got the talent advantage. They've got the numbers. If they allow Mission Prep to do what they want to do and start pushing people out in front, normally what you see that team start doing, the team with the talent advantage that's getting pushed around, they start running their mouth. They start doing extracurriculars. El Modena's got to be more principled than that. They've got to be able to play man up and win that play. El Modena's a fantastic program. And if they want to win league this year, where they're going to be going up against, more competitive games, they can't let themselves get frustrated. That's going to be put to test here in this game, as Mission Prep has a tendency to be the sand and the oil that just causes everything to get a little bit more friction and a little bit more heated. If El Modena is not expecting that, if they're expecting Mission Prep to roll over and say, well, better team's got 14 points, let's just try and get out of this one uninjured, they're going to be surprised. Mission Prep is a scrappy team, the definition of blue collar.
Yeah, this is a blue collar team as Coach described it last week in the coaches show. This is a team of a bunch of little Marines that run around on the field that don't know the meaning of quit. They will just keep grinding and grinding and grinding until that final whistle, and they'll go back to the drawing board and figure out what they did wrong, and they'll come out next week, and when they lose, they'll come back next week, and they usually kick the teeth down their opponent's throat the next week.
Yeah, it's not an easy team to put down. That mentality comes from the top of Coach Schuster and goes all the way through here. I've been around Mission Prep since they made the jump to 11-man football. They are not a team that has ever gone down easy, even when they've been blown out.
No, they do not. They do not go down easy. And this one's not over. It's a 2-touchdown game, and there's 24 minutes to play in this, and there's a lot that can go wrong. We've already seen that the defense can stop El Modena. The defense can create punt situations, and Jaden Nozil can move that ball downfield and give the Royals good field position.
Yeah, you can't give Jaden Nozil enough credit for his performance in the first half. Big special teams play, had that first touchdown. On defense, he's hanging with guys that no one would expect a guy of his stature to be manning up one-on-one and winning that battle. And that all comes down to the compete level, just as we were talking about with Mission Prep. And, that blue-collar attitude of, I don't care who you're lining me up against. I'm going to make his day hard. I'm going to make sure that he goes home thinking about what could have been rather than what was.
And then I'd say the final win out of all of this for the Mission Prep Royals tonight is that El Modena has a number of D1 talents and a number of other players being scouted by D1 schools. And those D1 scouts are here tonight scouting El Modena, which means that Mission Prep ultimately is getting scouted. And this is coming from Coach Schuster. Okay, I'll give you my source. Yeah. Coming from Coach Schuster, he's told me there's scouts from various colleges in the stands tonight. I'm not chasing them down. I'm not going out and trying to find them and talk to them because it's not my prerogative. It's not my business. They're here for a job. I'm here for a job, and we're all here to do certain things. And if they are here, then Mission Prep is ultimately getting that exposure as well. And people like Jaden Noziel, Thomas Glenn, Vinny Orlando, Maverick Bright, these skilled players they have, Miles Thompson, who's still young, they're getting looks that they might not normally get.
Well, I tell you, I know Mission Prep has a number of scouts that come by and, get that video footage, visit practice. They are a team that has put out D1 talent. I've clipped, that's not typical for a school its size. You talk R.J. Esmond at Nevada, Brian Cobalt, UCLA, Asani Berkeley, Dalton Strauss, Jack Susank. They're putting guys to the next level consistently that go out and do great things. I mean, even here on the campus of Cal Poly, both Colby White and Drew Harrigan went from playing on this field to playing on this field in a green uniform.
And that says a lot.
Absolutely.
So we are in the warm-up period here, so we're going to go ahead and wind down this halftime report presented by California Fresh Market. California Fresh Market is your headquarters for all your football party needs. Pick up game day appetizers from the famous Hot Wing Bar. California Fresh Market, a presenting sponsor of Mission Prep Football. Our score here at the break from Mustang Memorial Field, 28-14. El Modena leads Mission Prep. We'll be right back with second half action on the PSNtv network.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Hi, this is John Villa with Villa Automotive.
Someday,
and that's my son Tom singing. You can feel a glow when it comes to the way your car looks when you bring it to Villa Auto Body.
I will feel a glow just thinking of you.
From minor dings to major collision repair, we can give your car a like-new showroom look. We can straighten and repair any frame type using ultrasound technology. Our refinish department features paints that exceed factory specifications, and they are applied in our state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly spray booth. Plus, we work hand-in-hand with your insurance company so your claim goes smoothly.
Just the way
Love the way your car looks. Bring it to Villa Auto Body and Collision Repair and let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on PSN TV. Getting one underway here in the third quarter. The El Modena Vanguards are warmed up. The Mission Prep Royals are warmed up. The Royals kicking off to begin this third quarter. The third time they've kicked off in this contest. Coming up, trailing 28-14. I'd love to be in that locker room at the break to hear what kind of motivational speech Coach Schuster delivered today to the Royals, as the Royals are playing the rest of this season for senior Ethan Orozco out with an injury for the rest of the season, with a season-ending injury yesterday in practice. Lincoln Bloom ready to boot this one away for the Royals. And back to receive for El Modena, Samuel Jacket. And Cooper Nageli.
Well, this one's still very much a game. As we talked at halftime, El Modena needs to come out swinging.
And this is a boot right into the hands of Nagali, who brings it straight up the middle as he bulldozes his way to the 40-yard line before he's brought to the turf. And they down him down at the 41. 1st and 10 for El Modena, and the clock wasn't stopped. I just looked up and saw a click from 42 to 40, 43 to 42. So a late stoppage on the clock.
I think they're discussing that real quick. We'll see if there's any action taken. I don't think there will be.
Third quarter action underway. El Modena driving for the first time in the second half. Jacket in motion. Receives the pass after the fake handoff and pushed out of bounds by the Royals. Jaden Nozil in on the tackle, and we have a flag on the field.
I think it's going to be illegal motion against El Modena. Not sure if he fully set or if he moved towards, but it came out right around the time of the snap. And going to be that motion that can be a number of different things. I believe it's called motion 4. Same as false start, that kind of stuff. We know it wasn't false start because they let the play run, but if I had my money, I think it's illegal motion on El Modena.
1st and 15, the ball pushed back to the 36-yard line. 11:37 on the clock, third frame. Shotgun snap, 3 receivers to his right. And the pressure coming by Champ Morrissey. The handoff to Hitchens. And Hitchens, before he can turn the corner at the 45-yard line, Carter Moreau pulls him to the turf for the tackle.
Carter Moreau had a fantastic tackle, just far too late. Moreau does a good job getting around the hips, pulling him down. That's the only way you're going to take down a running back like Hitchens. Hitchens just does a good job running behind his pads, so you've got to get to those hips somehow. Moreau attached, pulled him down.
Pass fired quickly over the middle, pass complete to Tafufa. Correction, Tafua. Let me pronounce his name properly.
Yeah, he just came from that slot position. Tafu is that kind of tweener, tight end, fullback, slot back, however you want to define it. He's normally a guy that they're expecting to do blocking. Great to see him get his hands on the ball.
Jacket in motion. And the handoff to Hitchens yet again, pushing forward. And Hitchens with the first down inside the 30 of the Royals. And El Modena slowing the clock down just a bit. Slowing things down by running the ball, not allowing the clock to stop. As we under 11 minutes to go, third quarter, 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line of the Royals. I'm being told to learn how to pronounce names. Sometimes we get them wrong. Appreciate the compliment. And the ball comes loose.
Sean Rivas with the strip sack right there. What a big play by big number 50. He's been all over the place tonight, getting behind and getting that ball out of the hands of the quarterback. What a play by Sean Rivas. Mission Prep's going to take over. It looked like Champ Morrissey potentially with the recovery for the Royals.
And the Royals with possession at their own 36-yard line. And the handoff to Miles Thompson. And Miles Thompson pushes ahead to the 39-yard line. And Steven, all I'm going to say is haters are going to hate.
Yeah, then made famous by someone, can't quite put my name on her. Alex Leonard there with another tackle. He's all over the place. Just a fantastic boundary-to-boundary player. That's why he gets so much attention at that Mike linebacker position. And there he's coming from behind the play to make it happen. You know, there's a game by the Royals, but it could have been much worse if not for the linebacker out on that play, Alex Leonard.
Glenn throwing this one deep. Overthrows Jaden Nozil. And clock stops at 9:43. And that brings up a 3rd and 7.
Well, going to be a 3rd and long here. Not something that the Royals want to see. Again, their offense really likes getting chunk plays. When forced to make long plays like that, you can see Thomas Glenn limping as, you know, he took a hit as he delivered that ball. So trying to figure this out and make something happen on a long must-get situation like this is tough.
And the handoff faked by Glenn, who's rolling out to the right side.
Number 14, Thomas Glenn with the 5-yard pickup.
There's Brody Hitchens on the tackle there, two-way player. He plays fantastically both directions too. He's one of those guys you talked about getting looks. They're chasing all the way from the back, making the tackle happen. And you know, you talk about the guys that want to play at the next level. Or those are the guys that do it, the ones that go both directions, show that effort no matter what the situation. And Royals staying on the field here for 4th down.
4th and 2 for the Royals. And the handoff going short down the field, and that's going to be a turnover on downs by the Royals in their own territory, giving the ball back to El Modena.
Big stop by El Modena. You talk about the strip sack by Rivas that led to this possession. You know, that takes all that momentum that they had right out of it. Not only does El Modena get the stop on the ensuing drive, but they're going to get the ball back with fantastic position. You know, Mission Prep had the ball, had a chance to make things happen, but one pivotal play, that might be the inflection point for this game.
And 1st and 10 for El Modena. Elmo starting with the ball at the 44-yard line of the Royals. Leading by 14, 28-14, 3rd quarter, 8:51 on the clock. The pass at the 50, turning upfield is Hitchens.
Number 2, Jaden Nozil with the tackle.
And Nozil pushing Hitchens out of bounds.
Huge willingness to block by this wide receiver core. A wide receiver that's willing to be physical is a great asset to any team. They've got a whole slew of them on this El Modena team.
Guest thrown out to the far side. They're going to say he pulled that one in before selling out of bounds. Honekel. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong because I'm pronouncing half of them wrong according to our fans. We do appreciate it. We could use a pronunciation guide provided by the visiting team. But this isn't college football, so they don't do that, right, Steven?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, so we just wing it as we go. .8:38 on the clock, and we have a whistle. Timeout, Mission Prep. Coach Schuster not happy. You can hear him from up here barking at the players on the field. And we'll take the time out with them. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Football continues.
At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we understand that every milestone in life brings new dreams and opportunities.
From the excitement of your first car
To the joy of watching your family grow, with the space and safety to keep your loved ones close and secure, to finding the balance in your busy life with a smoother, greener commute. And with America's best warranty and exceptional service, we ensure your Hyundai is always ready for the road ahead. At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we're honored to be a part of your journey.
Come find the Hyundai that fits your life story.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on PSN TV, coming out of the Mission Prep timeout here in the third quarter. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me, Stephen Hodges. We're live from Mustang Memorial Field on the campus of Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. Did I get that all right this time?
There you go, in San Luis Obispo. There's only one Cal Poly, Brian.
But we are in San Luis Obispo. So
That's true.
I'm trying to work my way up to the college ranks here, so we'll keep working on that. 8:38, 1st and 10 for El Modena. Guess looking to throw this one deep into the corner. And that pass broken up by Jaden Nozil, intended for Logan Honicle.
And I tell you what, El Modena's been taking those big swings with the interceptions today. It bit him once on the Nozil touchdown. Nozil took a big swing there himself. If he did not get a hand on that ball, that was almost certainly a touchdown. What a big swing by number 2.
And 8:31 with that stoppage on the incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Vanguards. And the pull down. And Deuce Kellogg making the stop, bringing up a 3rd down.
This will be about a 3rd and call it 8 or 9. They're going to push it back to that 9. And this is a situation El Modena didn't see themselves in just a few minutes ago. I mean, they were moving well before this. There's been nothing on this set of downs.
Clock under 8 minutes to go. 3rd quarter, 3rd and 10 for El Modena. Guess looking down range. That pass broken up or dropped, intended for Jeremy Russell. And 4th down and 10 for El Modena from the 32. What do they do here? From the 31, what do they do here?
I mean, this is go for it territory, and it has nothing to do with trying to run the score up, anything like that. There's just no point in punting from this position.
And Guess looking to the sideline as they delay here. Clock stopped at 7:47. 4th and 10. Ball on the 31. Here's the snap. Guess with the pressure coming, trying to escape. And that pressure still coming from the Royals. And a wide open man found on the near sideline. Jeremy Russell with the completion and the touchdown. A 31-yard completion as Xavier Wiseman was chasing down Xavier Guess.
Well, Guess did a great job avoiding pressure, and that's what made it happen. And when you're asking a defensive back core to defend for that long, there's going to be breakdowns. You know, you can say that's blown coverage, and it is, but they're asked to be out there in coverage for a long time, and that's because of Guess's elusive ability in the pocket to get out, find the open man, and deliver a beautiful ball to Russell. Russell just puts the cherry on top of the sundae that is served up to him.
And the lead grows by 3 touchdowns, 35-14. Mission Prep Football continues on PSN TV. We're in the 3rd quarter.
Old San Luis Barbecue, a proud supporter of Mission Prep Football. With 2 locations in SLO, Old San Luis Barbecue Company is the local spot to enjoy the best barbecue on the Central Coast. Check out their locations on Higuera and Broad, or order delivery with a third-party partner at Old San Luis Barbecue Company, proud supporters of Royals football.
Ethan Sorensen out on the field, preparing to deliver the boot to the ball, sending the pigskin selling downfield. Back to receive for Mission Prep, Miles Thompson, Jaden Noziel.
Oh, Noziel's been a problem on these kickoff returns, so I expect a squib here once again.
And this one goes into the hands of Miles Thompson. And Thompson faces the challenge head on, right up the middle, breaking multiple tackles out to the 45 with the shoestring tackle by Isaac Perez. The sophomore making the stop on the sophomore. And it's a St. Elmo's fire tonight.
Interesting that both these teams have really struggled with the kickoff returns right up the middle. Normally it's a side-to-side motion. Someone loses container, a lane opens up. Really, it's just been the blockers of the return team opening up lanes for the returners that's been making things happen. And I haven't had a good enough eye or a chance to look at any replays, but it's been interesting to watch that happen to both sides.
And Thompson hands off to Champ Morrissey with laundry on the field, and Morrissey being drugged into the backfield by Ray Cardenas.
Unless there's something I didn't see, I'm pretty sure being drugged in the backfield is a little bit bigger of an allegation.
It's all right. This isn't a court of law, so.
You know, it's so funny what parents are willing to do, because what's the motion sickness drug? I keep on trying to say Ipecac, and it's not that. That's not what you want to give a kid, unless it's a very dire situation. But one of those,
Tramadol.
Yeah, there we go. My in-laws gave it to my wife when she was young, and she does not remember being to Canada as a result, even though they crossed the border while she was under the effects of that.
Interesting.
So, not in a court of law, can't hold that up. It's all hearsay. Second down. I believe it should be second down here. There we go. They ended up taking the yardage on the Champ Morrissey rush for a loss. 2nd and 11 here.
2nd and 12 for the, it's a long 11. We'll go with 12 for the Royals. 7:22 on the clock. Thomas Glenn fires this one over the middle, and Mason Taylor in range but can't get there. On coverage for El Modena, Samuel Jacket.
Good coverage there by Jacket. We gave some props earlier in the broadcast to Hitchens for his play on both sides. You know, look at Samuel Jacket. He's got an interception on the year, had a touchdown earlier in this game. He's another one of those guys that plays both directions, just an undeniable athlete that is one of the best players out there at the high school level at his position.
$7:18. 35-14 is our score. 3rd down for the Royals. That pass intercepted and going the other way. One man to beat. And Thomas Glenn saying, "You're not going to get a pick 6 on me tonight. I won't bring you to the turf." And the interception by Brody Hitchens.
I mean, Hitchens had a chance to get a pick 6 on that. He telegraphed his pull up a little bit too much, started getting onto his heels, not like Glenn close the distance and get the tackle. I think if Hitchens had either decided to hit the gas and just burn him out, he either could have gotten a truck, or if he had waited a little bit longer to show his move, he could have gotten the juke. But as a result, Glenn able to make the tackle after throwing the interception and slow him down. But talk about athleticism by Hitchens. What speed and ability to get out there and get that ball.
And into the red zone with that interception, El Modena goes. And with 7:07 on the clock, El Modena takes the ball at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. The Royals defense itching. And on the pass, on the swing, complete to Christian Tafua.
And Tafua just showing that speed on the outside. Like I say, he's that kind of fullback, slot back position, but he gets the ball in his hands. He's a danger out there. He's really got the full package that you look for his fullback. And Tafua getting some extra yardage, really had a chance to get a touchdown there.
6:30 on the clock. We're in the third quarter. 2nd and 2 for El Modena. First down at the 1-yard line. 3 yards for the touchdown. And keeping it himself, Xavier Guess. And El Modena on the board yet again here in the third quarter on a 3-yard score by Guess.
And I guess with another rushing touchdown, had 6 rushing touchdowns coming into this game. He's already up to 8 in the 5th game of the year. Just stupendous work from the quarterback for El Modena. One of those guys that I'm sure is going to be looking for a 4-year opportunity.
And El Modena takes a 42-14 lead. The lead grows to 28 over Mission Prep. And we are in the third quarter. At this point, what can the Royals do here, Steven, to at least slow El Modena down to prevent more points from going on the board? Not necessarily collecting points themselves, but trying to...
I mean, it starts with hanging on to the ball here. We saw it a lot last season with Mission Prep where they really played that complementary football where the offense would take its time, run really slow, and they had a defense that was so smothering that, you know, the opponent struggled to get any points on the board. So, you know, getting a 7-0 type game, hey, that's just fine. You win, you win. Doesn't matter if it's an inch by or a mile. Just ask Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious. So right now, Mission's got to play that complementary football. If they want to try and control the damage, it starts by controlling the ball. They got to make sure that they have control of where that's going. I think we had a little bit of a forced ball situation with Thomas Glenn on the last one.
And this kick right onto the turf, picked up at the 27-yard line. And I believe that's Champ Morris. Nope, that is Ronnie Kardashian. And if you're living your life like Vin Diesel, that means you're living your life at a quarter mile at a time.
I mean, I like it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile versus living a quarter mile at a time. And I've never been into like drag racing. It just feels like you're just seeing who can shift the gears fast enough, you know. Now, outside of that, it's all money.
Yeah, it is all money. That's why I quit drag racing. Because I blew my motor up.
Well, I wouldn't. That seems like a bad way to race, if I had to guess.
Yeah, when you blow your motor up, you know, you don't have money to replace it. Anyways, Royals back on the field, 6:08, third quarter, trailing by 28, 42-14. And that pass into no man's land. Intended target, Mason Taylor, overran the throw.
Not sure if it was a overrun on the throw or if the, throw was the wrong spot. He was trying to run a hitch route, running, very fast one direction, then quickly coming back to the ball, and just a little bit off the target. That could have either been on the wide receiver for not planting at the correct position to come back to the ball, or quarterback just placing the ball not in the right spot.
And the handoff to Miles Thompson on second down. And Thompson finds a lane on the outside. And that's a first down for the Mission Prep Royals. And the sophomore gets the fans going again on what has been kind of a dreary night to be a Mission Prep fan, trailing by 28 by the team from Orange County.
I give some credit there to Champ Morrissey and Gabe Almada setting the edge on that right side to give him the room to go to the outside. Miles Thompson's a fantastic running back, but good blockers make it easy to look great.
44-yard line for Mission Prep in El Modena territory. And tied up at the line of scrimmage by the big man, Mitchell Mannion.
You know, this is the sign of a well-disciplined defense, well-coached and well-executing. There's multiple waves of tacklers on that play for El Modena. First, the D-line got into the backfield, and then the linebackers, and then the defensive backs. You know, less disciplined teams, they're just expecting someone else to make the tackle. That's not how you can play defense. Everyone's got to get to the ball every play. That's part of why El Modena has been so successful tonight.
Thomas Glenn throwing to the right, overthrows Mason Taylor, climbing the ladder to go for it. And the clock stops at 5:11 here in the third quarter, 3rd and 10 for Mission Prep. Ball remains at the 44-yard line of El Modena.
A lot of changing personnel here. Looks like Carter Moreau is going to be in at running back, with Deuce Kellogg also coming on for the Royals. So I think they're going with one of their lighter pass sets. Ronnie Kardashian, another running back in the formation. They're missing someone.
And here comes the tight end. And a timeout on the field.
Maverick Bright joining late as the tight end. It's going to be a 21 set, and just didn't come together.
And Puppy Love is for sale. You can see a glimpse of it. 7-night cruise in 7-night stay in Cabo San Lucas. 49ers tickets. A parking spot currently possessed by Thomas Bowden. We're actually, that VIP parking spot at Mission Prep up for grabs. We're actually auctioning off Thomas Bowden's parking spot. He's already paid for it. He's already decorated it, and we're just going to auction it off because he doesn't need it because he doesn't have a car.
He crossed us during the pregame, and we said, you know what? We're making some calls.
Yeah.
It's going, you know?
Yeah. He doesn't have a car. I don't know why.
The cardio is going to do you good, Thomas.
Well, he doesn't have a car in the first place, so I don't know why he got a parking spot to decorate. He put a Barker lounge chair in it.
You know, yeah, it's just disrespectful.
Yeah, so when people pull in and looking for a parking spot, he's sitting there with a cup of tea in his recliner.
The Barker Lounger I understand, but the coffee table was really where it went too far.
You know, so that parking spot's up for grabs at Mission Prep. And the handoff to Ronnie Kardashian, and Kardashian trying to escape, and he's getting sent down the 45-yard line, all the way out of bounds. And Ronnie Kardashian with no gain on that one.
Well, no gain on the last three for Mission Prep. I think this is going to be a punting situation. There we go. They're changing out the personnel just a little too far. So this is going to be a situation where Mission Prep really has to get it inside the 20 and deep inside the 20. Last time they punted from this territory, it ended up coming back out around the 24 if memory serves. So got to get a good downing here. Direct snap, and that was Carter Moreau carrying it. He'll get a handful of yards, but not enough for a first down. El Modena going to take back over on downs right around the 43-yard line.
43-yard line. The ball is spotted.
So Mission Prep trying to all the stops. Still, you know, a lot of time left in this one. We're only in the third quarter, but you know that was a real roll of the dice. They thought they had something, did not materialize well enough to get the first down. El Modena's taking over, and Mission Prep going to hope for some sort of negative play, a sack, tackle for loss, even a well-batted ball could get the momentum going back their way. Last time El Modena had it, they punted it back to Mission. So, you know, this is not a all-done game yet.
4:17 in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for El Modena, pushing out towards the 50, and that's where the ball comes dead on that completed pass to Deron Taylor.
Deron Taylor, a wide receiver that makes the most out of his possessions coming to this game at 10 receptions, but 2 touchdowns. He likes making those big plays happen as soon as he gets the ball. true playmaker for the Vanguards.
3:43 clock running here in the third quarter. And Guest keeping it himself, rolling out to the right side and being thrown out of bounds by Ronnie Kardashian. And here comes the laundry.
I'm not sure I agree with a call here. He was dragged down by the jersey. His hand wasn't in the equipment, though, and when he was making the tackle, the initial tackle was being made inbounds. That was a play that Guest could have gotten away from. I don't think there was any viciousness in the throw out of bounds, but I think the timing of it makes it tough more than anything, and the fact that it was just a handful of jerseys. So they're saying a hold against Mission Prep. So they're going to say that is in the secondary on a passing route, I suppose. No face mask, no horse collar, no unsportsmanlike for the personal foul out of bounds. So I don't think it was on the tackle that we saw, but a hold marked off against the Royals.
And that gives a first down, a fresh set of sticks for El Modena. And that pass complete out to the far side to Honicle.
That was a bunch trips to the left. Mission Prep had 2 men by the line of scrimmage lined up, and we've seen that pop off a couple times. Just a quick little bubble screen where 2 wide receivers blocking 2 defensive backs. The third wide receiver gets the ball and has a lot of room to run. It's been a big play for El Modena, and once again, it hits right there.
2nd and 2 for El Modena, 2:52 on the clock. And the back up the middle with the handoff pulled down before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Royals will create a 3rd and 1.
Leslie with the run, and then Morrissey penetrating in to get the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and short here, but close enough that I could see El Modena taking a shot to the end zone. This should be an exciting play one way or the other.
2:19 on the clock. Clock running towards the end of the quarter. El Modena leading 42-14. 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. The handoff to the big fullback. Pushing forward, bouncing off defenders is Shane Leslie. And that's a first down inside the 5, 1st and goal for the Vanguards.
Leslie just showing those powerful legs as he looks to be cramping up here, lumping a little bit in the backfield, but showing that he knows how to use the shoulder pads, get people to bounce off of him. I'm surprised he's not subbing there.
And a substitution finally coming out is Leslie. And coming in is Jericho West.
That substitution took a while. We could see a delay of game here if they're not careful.
The clock continued to run, 1:21. 3rd quarter, 1st and goal from the 5. And timeout called by El Modena. And we'll join them in the timeout. Mission Prep football continues on PSN TV.
At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we understand that every milestone in life brings new dreams and opportunities.
From the excitement of your first car
To the joy of watching your family grow, with the space and safety to keep your loved ones close and secure, to finding the balance in your busy life with a smoother, greener commute. And with America's best warranty and exceptional service, we ensure your Hyundai is always ready for the road ahead. At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we're honored to be a part of your journey.
Come find the Hyundai that fits your life story.
El Modena leading 42-14 over the Mission Prep Royals. Mission Prep Royals football presented by California Fresh Market. Your stop for all your game day party supplies for your football party needs. Pick up game day appetizers from the famous Hot Wing Bar. California Fresh Market, a proud presenting sponsor of Mission Prep Football. Coming out of the El Modena timeout, the Vanguards facing a 1st and goal from the 5. Two receivers to his left, one to his right. In motion, Honacle. The run up the middle, being pulled into the backfield, and they're going to give him forward motion at the 4-yard line.
And I believe that is actually Jericho West, the running back there, being forced in the backfield. Big push up front. Maverick Bright and Champ Morrissey getting the better of the right side of the offensive line, left side of the defensive line to get into the backfield and make that happen.
And 2nd and goal from just inside the 5-yard line. A long 4. And the handoff to West faked, and this one staying in the hands of Guess. And Guess pulled down for a loss of 2. Back to the 7-yard line. Mission Prep defense comes up clutch. 3rd and 7 on this goal line defense for the Royals.
Ethan Ferralis getting into the backfield, making a big play happen. We haven't talked much about him here tonight, and that's a sign that the interior line of El Modena has been doing a fantastic job. Ethan Ferralis, one of the big players for this defense.
And they're going to take that to the end of the 3rd quarter as the clock winds down. We will go to the 4th quarter with you. Mission Prep Football on PSN TV. El Modena leading 42-14. We are live from Alex G. Spano Stadium, Mustang Memorial Field.
Hi, this is John Thea with Thea Automotive.
Someday.
And that's my son Tom singing. You can feel a glow when it comes to the way your car looks when you bring it to Thea Auto Body.
I will feel a glow just thinking of you.
From minor dings to major collision repair, we can give your car a like-new showroom look. We can straighten and repair any frame type using ultrasound technology. Our refinish department features paints that exceed factory specifications, and they are applied in our state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly spray booth. Plus, we work hand-in-hand with your insurance company so your claim goes smoothly.
Just the way
Love the way your car looks. Bring it to Via Auto Body and Collision Repair and let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
Tonight's second half action presented by Via Automotive. Their family motto is our family helping your family. And the flags come out on 3rd and goal from the 7.
And all the points going the way of the Royals, so they're going to say that Mission Prep jumped on this one, or at least entered the neutral zone. This is going to make it a little closer for Modena, a good chance for Mission Prep. You know, they're only really sacrificing a couple yards versus if they had that happen a few, more yards out, it would have been half the distance. It would have been the full 5.
And El Modena closing in on being remaining undefeated at 5-0. And Guess staying with it, pushing forward, lunging for the end zone. And Ethan Ferralis trying to make the stop, but the score is good from the 3-yard line. And the lead grows 48-14, awaiting the extra point attempt.
Delayed call on that touchdown. They wanted to make sure that they got a better look at it, had the eyes on the football all the way in. Guess doing just enough to finish off his hat trick on the evening. 3 rushing touchdowns for the do-all quarterback.
And the extra point through the sticks, no good actually. I need to get glasses, Steven. Apparently I don't know how to read, so I need glasses because I can't see the uprights very clearly. But our score, 48-14. We're doing quite well here in the press box. 11:50 to go in the fourth quarter. And everything is going right tonight for El Modena on their trip to San Luis Obispo.
And they're going to be kicking off again. Mission Prep trying to get this ball back and, just get that motion going. The defense really did a decent job on that last drive. It ended with a touchdown for the Vanguards. However, they had, numerous, negative plays. They had things going for them. It's just not all happening at once. They're not getting that consistency you need to put together a full effort to get a win. So Mission Prep has a little bit of time left here to just refine that a little bit against a team that's might be the best team they face all year.
And with 11:50, we're getting ready for the boot. And our sister broadcast on PSN TV, not on TV, but on the radio side of things, St. John Bosco leading Pittsburgh 28-14 as the third quarter comes to a close.
Of course, that Pittsburgh being the Bay Area Pittsburgh, not the one across the country.
Thanks for that clarification, Steven. And Jaden Ozil with the kick, spins out of one tackle, and that shoestring tackle stays for Lincoln Irwin. And brought down at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mission Prep Royals from the 26-yard line.
Interesting that Coach Schuster is having an in-depth conversation with the line judge on his side. I'm wondering if this has to do with a running clock scenario, as I believe the trailing team can request it at an earlier point in time than the rule mandates, which I believe the rule is 35 points. And there we go, the wave for running clock from the umpire.
I believe the rule is 40 points. I could be wrong. I know in basketball it's 40 points. But, yeah, we got the running clock. It's all right. We already know who's won this game. It would take a miracle and a half, plus some.
Vinny Orlando now at the helm for the Mission Prep Royals offense. He's stepping in at quarterback. He's part of that quarterback battle going into the season last year.
And Vinny Orlando getting those reps, working from the shotgun, a jump at the line, no flag, pass down the line, complete. And I couldn't catch the number on the.
Miles, should have been Miles Thompson.
Miles Thompson, that is complete out to the left side. And as they set up, Stephen, one thing that caught me interesting about this trip for El Modena coming out of Orange County, that's with traffic a good 4.5-hour drive, maybe 5 hours on a bus.
Yeah, it is a long trip.
They came in school buses.
Hey, can't always ride in style, I guess.
And 10:24 on the clock running with the running clock. Up the middle with the carry is Carter Moreau with the carry. And an out-of-town scoreboard update at the end of the third quarter. Centennial leads St. Joseph 35-7. St. Joseph playing in the Mountain League with the Mission Prep Royals.
I think a lot of people that only look at box scores are going to be really surprised to see St. Joseph come to life when league play comes around. They are not a team that should not, have a win going in league play, but that looks to be a potential outcome here, as it looks like they're going to drop this one to Centennial.
And Vinny Orlando, pass complete to the near side. Deuce Kellogg with the reception. In on the tackle, Thomas Sheehan.
And Deuce Kellogg getting out there on the boundary. Miles Thompson's been out there. They're cycling not just the quarterback, but also the wide receivers on the outside. So trying to make sure, this has been a tough-fought battle for both teams. Trying to make sure that no one ends up injured.
2nd and 5 for Mission Prep. 9 minutes to go in the contest. And Orlando hands off to Carter Moreau. And Moreau gains a few yards, coming up short of the first down. And Sunday Car Wash is keeping your car clean and moving the football forward this season. With 4 locations in San Luis Obispo County, see why Sunday Car Wash was voted the best car wash in SLO. Sign up in person or online and get 50% off your first month at sundaycarwash.com. 8:27 on the clock running. 3rd and 1 for Mission Prep. Vinny Orlando receives the snap. That's low, hands off. Right up the middle to Carter Moreau, who weaves his way down the left hash mark for the first down into El Modena territory. And the Royals with a fresh set of downs with 8 minutes to go in this ball game. We are live from Mustang Memorial Field.
A lot of players cycling in and out for El Modena right now, just sharing that play time. Both teams understanding what's going on in this game, but Mission Prep doing a good job moving this ball forward despite the numbers disadvantage.
Orlando rolling out with pressure coming, escaping the pressure, faking the pass, staying on his feet for the first down. Tremendous awareness for Orlando. And I have a number 30 on the field with the chase, not on my roster.
Well, no JV game today, so that might trigger some people that aren't normally on the varsity roster getting some playing time, especially late in a game like this. You can play varsity and JV, bump between them. You just can't do the same in the same week.
Under 7 minutes to go now. 1st and 10 for Mission Prep following the first down on the feet of Vinny Orlando. Orlando's pass complete on the far side. Joe Villa coming up with the catch. And the immediate tackle by Nathan Garcia.
Joe Villa just a nice 5-yard square in, came back to the ball, made the catch. Joe Villa last saw some play time in the Kern Valley game where I believe he had a couple big plays out there at wide receiver.
6:15 on the clock. We're in the final quarter. The handoff up the middle. Carter Moreau out across the 20 for the first down. Mission Prep moving the sticks well here in the 4th quarter on the running clock. I guess when you got nothing to lose, you go for it all and you gain success.
Well, I mean, a lot of that also has to do with the personnel on the field. Mission Prep, not a very big team in the sense of numbers, so not a lot of people can cycle in and out for them, but El Modena getting a lot of people that don't normally see play time out there.
Tripping over a pin on the floor. Thomas coming up with the clutch save. And this pass into the corner, Deuce Kellogg trying to come up with it, and pass interference should be the call with the flags on the field.
If this is a pass interference, I believe it'll be, in fact it is, against the defense. Be the first pass interference of the game. Normally one of the most numerous calls in a game period, but not tonight.
With 5 minutes to go in the contest, the Royals will get a fresh set of sticks at the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 10. 4 downs to get the touchdown. 10 yards to get the touchdown. 4:45 remaining. And that pass incomplete on the turf. The defense protesting as Deuce Kellogg was upended.
Well, the mysterious number 30 getting involved there. Both hands on the ball. Feels like he had it, but they're going to say touch the turf first.
.410. 2nd and 10 on the board for the Royals. Carter Moreau with the carry. Up the middle, weaving down the right hash marks. Brought down at the 1, 3rd and 1. The fourth quarter presented by Via Automotive. Tonight's second half, in fact, is operated by Via Automotive. Via Automotive's motto is "Our family taking care of yours." The company takes that to heart. Check them out, as Via Automotive is a proud sponsor of Mission Prep football. And that ball goes nowhere for the Royals. In fact, that was a backward step, a loss of 1 on 3rd down, bringing up a 4th and 2 on this goal line stance.
And that's not where you want to be going on a simple dive play like that. Just good pad level by El Modena, pushing the ball backwards. Nowhere to run with that one. So going to bring up a 4th down, and really is just going to decide the margin of victory if they get in or not on this one.
The margin of victory will either slim up or stay the same. Though it is big, the Royals trying to get a little padding to go home with to feel comfortable. And this pass complete. That touchdown good to Joe Villa from Vinny Orlando with 2:40 remaining in the contest. The Royals back on the board. Our score 48-20.
A risky call to throw it there at the end zone, but Joe Villa runs a nice route, just a square out route, makes the separation, and then what a delivered ball by Vinny Orlando. Someone that expected to spend most of his time this evening out at wide receiver, steps in at quarterback, and that was just a dart to the end zone. Great throw.
And awaiting the extra point. Kick up and good. The visitors looking for a block. Not in the cards tonight. And 48-21 is our score. And this game almost in the book, Stephen. What can the Royals take away as a win tonight, Stephen?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of fundamental things that broke, and that sounds terrible, but when you realize the actual prize for Mission Prep is a Mountain League title and potentially a deep run, if not a CIF Central Section title, this is where you want to get those fixes made. I mean, this is where, this team resembles much more St. Joseph and Arroyo Grande than it's going to resemble, Kern Valley. So the things that are breaking here, hey, there's a good chance they're going to break again if they don't get fixed. So this is a real gut check for Mission Prep. They've got to get back on the right foot, get back prepared for a strong finish to this season. For El Modena, I mean, they've proven that if they play fundamentally, they do what they know what they can do, play undistracted. I think they can hang with just about anyone in the state of California at their division.
And the Royals getting ready to kick this one off. A little substitution in the receiving unit. And Lincoln Bloom with the boot to the pigskin. Sending this back at the 15. And El Modena bringing it back across midfield. And the tackle made at the 47-yard line by Carter Moreau. Arnal Correa with the carry. And the clock continues to run as we approach 2 minutes. There will be no 2-minute timeout. There'll be no 2-minute warning.
Mission lining up at a different yard line than where the ball was. That was strange.
The Royals, little miscommunication on defense. Under 2 minutes to go now. And we have a new quarterback in for El Modena. And the carry by Jericho West. Ethan Sorensen is at quarterback, the sophomore.
Sorensen has already seen some time on and off throughout the season, so not necessarily a veteran hand, but not a green hand either.
And the handoff to Jericho West finds a seam up the middle, immediately pulled down by the Royals, Brennan Augustine. with the tackle as we approach the 1 minute mark in the fourth quarter. The ball on the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for El Modena. And at what point do they go to a victory formation here? As Jericho does not run the ball. The ball stays with the quarterback. Sorensen moving into the red zone with the rock. And with 40 seconds on the board, Steven, why are they still pushing towards the end zone?
I mean, they're getting experience for the players that don't normally get in the game. So I think both sides understand what's going on. A kneel down would be just as bad as continuing to run plays here. And they are going to just walk it off now with the final play being run with less than 40 seconds. They'll just take off.
And the teams are going to meet at midfield to shake hands. And as the final moments tick away, our winner, El Modena 48, Mission Prep 21. And it's coming final just about now here at Mustang Memorial Field. Our final score, the El Modena Vanguards 48, the Mission Prep Royals 21. And we'll be right back with our post-game show on PSN TV. Mission Prep football driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we understand that every milestone in life brings new dreams and opportunities.
From the excitement of your first car
to the joy of watching your family grow, with the space and safety to keep your loved ones close and secure, to finding the balance in your busy life with a smoother, greener commute. And with America's best warranty and exceptional service, we ensure your Hyundai is always ready for the road ahead. At Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we're honored to be a part of your journey.
Come find the Hyundai that fits your life story.
Welcome to the Mission Prep post-game show. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me, Stephen Hodges and Thomas Bowden. And our final score here from Mustang Memorial Field, the El Modena Vanguards 48, the Mission Prep Royals 21. And let me just say, El Modena, no fat pigeons tonight.
No, not at all. A fantastic game by El Modena, showing off their athleticism at every level. And for Mission Prep, it's going to be lesson learned. This is going to be a game that fundamentally, when they played their best, they found ways to move the ball. They found ways to score. It just was not consistent enough to come away with a win. So a good game on both sides. I think this is going to be something that both teams take a lot from.
And let's give a quick rundown of our scoring here in this contest. 9:22 in the first. Guest connected with Smith for a 3-yard pass. El Modena up 7-0. 4:34 in the 4:34 in the first. A 78-yard run by Guest. 14-0 El Modena. And late in the first quarter, Glenn connected to Nozil for Mission Prep. 14-7 our score. Early in the second quarter, Guest connected to Jacket for a 4-yard pass. 21-7 El Modena. 8:32 in the second quarter, 10-yard pass. Guest to Smith. 28-7 El Modena. Second quarter with 29 seconds left. Thomas Glenn connected to Deuce Kellogg for a 14-yard pass. Mission Prep down 28-14. Third quarter, Guest to Russell for a 3-yard pass. A 31-yard pass. 7:35 in the third, 35-14 El Modena. Guest with a 3-yard run in the third, 42-14 El Modena. A Guest with another 3-yard run later in the third quarter, or early in the fourth quarter, that is. 48-14, the extra point, no good. And then Vinny Orlando to Joe Villa for Mission Prep's last touchdown, 48-21 as our final score. And Steven, what can the Royals do going into next week to improve off of this game, as the Royals will face Central Valley Christian? The Cavaliers come to Mustang Memorial Field next Friday night.
Yeah, CVC is going to be another tough game. There's no more get-right games on the schedule, because after CVC, it's going to be St. Joseph, the prohibitive favorites, coming into the season for that Mountain League title. And, it's going to end up being a dogfight because, well, St. Joseph, as we said, has yet to win a game. Sounds like they're going to be losing tonight to Centennial. So, that's going to be a dogfight down the road. Central Valley Christian has a lot of the same strengths and weaknesses of that team. You're talking about a private school against a private school. CVC's got history against Mission Prep. It's going to be a tight fight. So I expect that one to be a very fun game and one that, Mission hopefully brings the lessons from this game, the fundamentals, making sure that, the run assignments are correct, pad level, discipline on catching the ball, where the ball is delivered, all those little things that you talk about time and time again as a coach. If they tune that up, I think it's going to be a good game for Mission Prep. If not, it could be a long game, much like tonight.
And it's time for our player of the game, Stephen. And I think we can all say our player of the game is pretty unanimous at this point. Jaden Noziel.
Jaden Noziel, good. I was worried for a second. I was like, well, we didn't talk. Normally we take a quick second, but yeah, Jaden Noziel played outstanding tonight. Special teams, offense, defense. He found ways to make the big plays happen. He's going to be our Royal of the evening tonight.
Yeah, and even in the loss, he was a name we called multiple times tonight.
Indomitable spirit tonight is what I think I called him at one point.
Yes. And so our final score here from Mustang Memorial Field, 48-21. El Modena picks up the win over Mission Prep. El Modena goes into a bye week next week, feeling pretty good about themselves with a 5-0 record now, heading into league play on October 3rd, as the Mission Prep Royals now 2-2 on the year, hosting Central Valley Christian this next Friday here at Mustang Memorial Field. We'll be live with that broadcast. Join us next Friday. For Stephen Hodges, Thomas Bowden, I'm Brian Stanley. Thank you for joining us.